Welcome to the Tariq Elite Radio Show, also known as the Pimpin' and Mackin', the Pimpin' and Mackin', the Pimpin' and Mackin' Show, right here live on Ustream this rainy Sunday out here in Los Angeles. How's everybody doing this lovely evening? What's up in the chat room? How's the chat room doing? A lot of people up in the chat room. What's going on? What y'all talking about in the chat room? So I'm fighting the itis from Roscoe's. Yeah, I was up in Roscoe's. I was at the one on Manchester. I was just at Roscoe's. And I was down in Bellflower earlier, so just doing my thing. You like the show Wednesday? Real good game on Wednesday. I'm going to chop up some game about that. A lot of stuff we're going to talk about tonight. First and foremost, let me thank everybody who has contributed to the Hidden Colors 4 campaign. We're doing excellent. We're almost at 100K. We're at 93,000. Let me look at the stats right now. We're almost at 100K on the Hidden Colors 4. We're only like, what, $7,000 away? A little over $6,000 away. We can get that tonight. If we got like, what, $7,000 tonight. Yeah, we got $7,000 tonight. We'll be at 100K tonight. Now, how many people are in here right now? Let's look and see who's in the room right now, because we can get that now. Let me give y'all the link to Kickstarter. So we got like almost 700 people in right now. So we're getting in there. I'm going to talk about the whole Griffin, what's her name thing in a minute. I'll talk about that in a minute. But let's talk some real shit right now. Hold on. Let me give y'all the link. Let me allow links real quick. Hold on. Let me do that. Let me do that, family. Allow URLs. And let me see. Let me allow links. Okay, let me put the link up. The Blindside Mom. What's she do this time? Okay, that's the link right there. The Kickstarter page right there. What did the Blindside Mom do this time? That's the Kickstarter. So basically, right now, everybody, we get everybody in the chat room right now to put in $10 right now. Everybody put in $10 right now. We'll be there at 100K. We'll be there at 100K. Yeah, I heard a homeless dude got killed out here in LA today. So I've been hearing a lot of stuff. I've been all around the town, so. Yeah, I saw that with Byron Allen. Byron Allen was talking about not just Al Sharpton, but what he was talking about. And see, you got to look at how the media is spinning it. He wasn't just going in on Sharpton. He was really going in on the multinational corporations, the media corporations that give money to Sharpton and act like they're being diverse. And I was doing an interview with the Epoch Times. That's a new a publication out of China and Europe. I did a good interview, and that interview is going to be out next week, and we were talking about that. I was talking about how black people, we get this Jedi mind trick as if we're being diverse, but resources are being held away from us. Man, Byron Allen is thorough, man. See, Byron Allen, that's one of the cats I study. See, a lot of times we, black folks, we study the person who's out there blinging and shining. But I'm looking at the cat who got all the paper. And Byron Allen is sitting on like $200-300 million. So I like to see and just kind of peep what he's spitting. And Byron Allen spits some real shit, man. A lot of people sleep on Byron Allen. And he was breaking down the game on how these corporations, like these cable networks that's supposed to be black, what they'll do, they'll get a black figurehead like Puffy and say, okay, this is a, what's that, Revolt TV, or they'll get Magic Johnson and say, okay, this is Aspire TV, and it's black owned, but it's really white owned behind the scenes, and they just got a black face in front. So Byron, he was wording his lawsuit very correctly. He was saying, we need 100% African-American owned companies. And, you know, the white supremacists will say, well, we got minority. No. 100% African-American owned companies. Well, we got a black We got a black station. It's owned by, no, 100% African American owned. See, with the white supremacists, you got to be very clear on your words. They are masters at manipulating words and flipping the shit. Neely Fuller taught us that, man. They tear us up with words. That's why I started Melanoid Nation. I'm very specific who I'm getting down and who I'm advocating for. That's why Melanoid Nation is very, very specific. You can't get more specific than melanoid. You dig? And melanoidnation.org, by the way. We're going to have a bunch of new articles on melanoidnation.org. Shout out to my man Bryson. I got me a new senior editor that's going to be working on the Melanoid Nation site. So we're going to really get back to putting the stories out every single day. So that's going to get popping. But like I said, man, Byron Allen was spitting some real talk, man. So guys got to start looking at brothers like that. Cats who really get it in behind the scenes. Let me see what the Blind Side mom did. Let me see. Did she do some Tarzan and Jane shit? Okay, I'm looking at her Facebook page.
Who told you that?
He's just wearing a costume.
Costumes are cool.
Okay, well, I'm looking at this lady from who's the Blind Side is made about. And she's standing, look like she's in a housing project with a bunch of black kids. So let me see what she's doing.
Okay, well, first of all, you're too little to say suck. So if you were my little girl, I'd wash your mouth. That was so. And second of all, you don't get a prize. Do y'all believe in the Easter Bunny? Y'all the smart ones right here. Okay, Brittany.
Oh, I'm done. Oh, that's enough. So she's out here playing the white savior. I'm done. That's all I need to see. Okay, she's just doing her whole white savior act. That's nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Black folks, they fall for that shit every time. A white person come out there being nice, throwing you some nigga trinkets. You think life can't get any better than that. They going down to the ghetto, giving out Easter eggs. Okay. All right. Whoop de freaking do. All right. And then go back to your suburban home where y'all don't let Negroes live. All right. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. They go out to the hood and pass out fried chicken wings and then go back to your gated community where y'all will shoot any Negro who looks like he's about to come close to your neighborhood. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's all I needed to see. Anywho, so again, go to Kickstarter.com, type in Hidden Colors 4. And let's get that Hidden Colors 4 Kickstarter campaign over 100K tonight. We're deep in the room already. We're deep in the room already. Now let me address my lips are real chapped. I had a chemical peel and all that old shit. So y'all excuse me. My lips are extra chapped because I am the lip smacking Mac, as Crispy the Coon says. I am the lip smacking Mac. So there's gonna be a lot of lip smacking and macking tonight, baby. What's up, Pimp Barbecue Sauce? I'm saluting you, fam. I'm saluting you. What's up, backboard? That little Muppet mouth coon, Ennis Avery Williams, is still bothering y'all. Y'all just block that fool. He's so just a joke right now. He's just my bitch doing promotion for me. That's all. I got him on the internet host roll. He's just my little bitch doing promotions for me right now. You got to use your internet bitches, and that's what he is, an internet bitch. But say I gotta leave that Griff beef alone. No beef. There is no beef, brother. And I'm not gonna, after tonight, I'm not gonna really speak on it, man. After tonight, I'm not gonna speak on it. I just want to touch on a couple of things. With that Griff beef, I just want to touch on a couple of things. And for those, you guys are familiar with this whole Professor Griff Zaza Ali bullshit that went down. Y'all understand. Y'all, I don't know if some of y'all are new here or whatever, but I just want to touch on it very quickly. And again, after tonight, I'm not going to, I wasn't going to touch on it because I heard some of their response. They did like a 3-hour show the other night responding to my Wednesday show. And I heard some of it, and some of the responses they were giving was so weak. And I'm like, okay, they're just trying to save face now, but it's not looking good for them. And according to the General Napoleon Bonaparte, he once made a very important quote. He said, when your enemies are making a mistake, do not interrupt them. So sometimes when people who choose to be your enemy, because that's what they did by coming out doing all that slanderous bullshit, and when people see them making mistakes, and that was a mistake they did, sometimes you just got to fall back and let them make a mistake. That's fine. And I was listening to some of their responses, and I wasn't going to really respond back until I heard the last part of their 3-part thing. I heard the very last part. I just happened to skip to the last part because it wasn't too bad. You know, the Zaza chick was being very disrespectful. Griff was being more tactful during the part of his interviews or whatever. And I wasn't going to say nothing, but toward the end, they start making these little threats. And that's the shit I didn't like. And at the end, they start making these little punk-ass threats. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. Hold on. Hold on. All these old punk-ass threats. And Griff made a little veiled threat, and I'm saying this to Griff. And then there were some bitch-ass callers calling in with their old fake rah-rah shit. Old-ass over-the-hill niggas calling up, making threats. Hey, Griff, you know, hey, some nigga sound like he's well into his 60s. Hey, Griff. Man, you just say the word, Griff. I put his dick in the dirt. Now, first, this nigga, who uses the term dick in the dirt? Except some old fuck. Yeah, I put his dick in the dirt. You just give me the word. And whoever that nigga called up, I'm giving you the word, nigga. Whoever you are, you old fuck, you put my dick in the dirt, nigga. And then Griff was like, well, yeah, you know, I got about 20 soldiers for that. I ain't gonna do that yet. Grip, if you watching, motherfucker, do it. Grip, if you got 20 soldiers, my nigga, send all 20. That's my message directly to Grip. If you got these 20 soldiers that you got waiting to put in work, my nigga, you do that, Griff. And that's directly towards Grip's ass. If you got it like that, my nigga. And that's straight up. If you got 20 soldiers, what the fuck are your 20 soldiers gonna do? If you got it like that. It's not making a left turn, but my man just came out of nowhere, all this 20 soldiers shit. Oh, nigga. My nigga, if you got it like that, let me see them. And you better make it fucking count if you send them. You better make it motherfucking count, my nigga. If you got 20 soldiers, make it count, Griff. I want you to hear this. If you got 20 soldiers, but that you ain't gonna send yet, I'm telling you to send them. And you better make it count, my nigga. And then, you know, niggas calling up to the show, calling up to my man's blog talk, talking this old, yeah, I know how to find him now. I know how to find him. Even Zaza was on this shit. Well, she was like, well, oh, Tariq, that was a low blow. Oh, that's a low blow, Tariq. That's a low blow. You didn't have to do me like that. Me putting her business out there. Now, you can be found. They kept getting on this shit about me being found. And y'all remember this janky-ass promoter that I talked about on my show? This nigga named Claude something. Claude Concrete or some bullshit. I talked about him about a week ago, emailing me, asking me to do a lecture. Now, he emailed me. He's like an old nigga, man. I saw his Twitter, and this nigga, like, he looked like he's in his 70s. And the nigga emailed me, talking some old, yeah, man, I'm the original Bone from such and such hood. Yeah, man, I used to talking some shit that an old nigga shouldn't really be talking. I'm like, okay. Yeah, brother, I like what you're doing, man. I want you to do a lecture at such and such spot in Nevada somewhere. It was some shit. He wanted me to do a lecture at a juke joint or some bullshit. And I gave him my rate, and the nigga got offended. And like, oh, man, fuck all. These niggas start talking a little crazy. I'm like, okay, I didn't even respond. But I talked about him on my show. So that nigga who emailed me, the promoter, called Griff's show, because I guess he's cool with Griff or whatever. Like, yeah, what's up, Griff? This is Claude Concrete. Y'all called that nigga Tariq. He tried to charge me a lot of money for a lecture. I know how to find that nigga. And he's on the phone with Griff. Yeah, man, I might be skinny, but I can knock them 6'5" niggas out. And talking all of this gangster shit. That nigga, I found his email. I sent that nigga an address where he can find me. I sent that nigga an address and he ain't responded back. I sent that hoe ass nigga an address where he could find me every day. And all of these people calling up to my man's show, dudes, chick talking about how I can be found. If y'all follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I turned my location on all this weekend. I turned my location on all this weekend and I let people know everywhere I was going to be. All this you can be found shit. I'm not hiding from nobody. If you look at my Instagram and Twitter and all that shit, I let everybody know where the fuck I was this weekend. I'm like, hey, I'm on my way to Inglewood. I'm going to be over by Lawndale High. Few minutes, 45 minutes later, I was at Lawndale High. And I showed people my car. I'm in a white 2015 Escalade. I'm out here. I'm at Roscoe's. I'm at Golden Corral. Fuck all that gangster shit on the internet, man. If you're going to be about that life, be about that fucking life. And stop playing. I don't take kindly to motherfuckers doing all these bitch-ass threats on the internet, man. I know they're losers. I know they're losers. Trust me, I know they're losers. And I'm not going to speak on it again today. I'm not going to speak on it. I'm not going to speak on it after today. But I don't like niggas with all this old rah-rah shit about what the fuck they're going to do and how they're trying to find somebody. And I'm not the... Dude, you don't have to find me. I'll let you know where I am. So stop the bullshit and just take that L. Because my man Griff and your lady, y'all were wrong. Y'all were wrong. Let me see who's on the phone. You guys were wrong. What's up? Who's calling?
Yeah, hey, this is Night Honor from DC.
Hey, Night Honor, how you doing, homie?
Yeah, I had two questions, quick questions.
Real quick.
The first question, I was debating the white supremacists, and they dismissed the songs of Roland as war propaganda. So I want to know your opinion on dealing with that. They say that the pictures of the Moors are just war propaganda, them showing them as black as evil. So we fight white people fighting against the evil,
dude.
black.
A white supremacist, dude. Listen to me. The white supremacists will make up anything in order to not. When I tell people, when you're debating a white supremacist, they will never say, well, blacks were in a superior position over us. They will always lie. They're going to always make up some shit. If you show them an artifact of a Hannibal or a black man with who looks like a king, they'll say it was a slave who had a crown on. They're never going to concede. But your job is to make their argument look as ridiculous as possible. And for them to say the Song of Roland is propaganda and they just portrayed the Moors because they were evil, that's ridiculous. And they know it sounds ridiculous. You feel me?
Yeah. And for my second question, real quick, a few weeks ago you did the show about the interracial thing, right?
Yes, sir.
I want to chip on that. When it comes to the interracial, I believe that there's an agenda currently going on now, the interracial agenda. They tried to start it with Obama, but the black people wouldn't allow that to happen. Fox News first started that with Obama, that calling him biracial.
Right.
But the thing is that I believe today, historically, the white supremacists know that by mixing black and white, because remember, white people are just albino Negroes. They Africans are albino genetics. So they have the similar genetics as us. So that mutation that they have can conquer our genetic dominance and become white over time. That's what happened to the Moors. They intermated with the Europeans. Right. And but
I did a whole show. I don't want to rehash the show that I did, but I did a whole show on that, and I touched on that, and folks can go to Tariq Radio and check that out. So thanks for the call, fam. All right. We got Miles Lord in here trolling. And again, man, let me say this, dude, because I don't like that negative bullshit. You know, the community, the black melanoid community, we don't need all that negative shit. We really don't. We really don't need it. We really don't need that negative bullshit. And my thing is this, man, I try to be as positive as possible, man. And the thing is, when you have projects like Hidden Colors, and y'all remember the beginning of February, I told y'all, that if y'all remember, I'm about to start the Kickstarter campaign for Hidden Colors 4. When I do it, there's going to be a lot of slandering of me. I told y'all this at the beginning of February. There's going to be a lot of slandering of me because every time I get Hidden Colors popping, and get the Kickstarter campaign or whenever the movie's going to come out, there's a whole slander of me. It never fails. I told people that. And you got to understand, man, with the Hidden Colors, it has been so successful globally. It's a very positive situation. So for anybody to find a reason to hate on it, that's just jealousy on their part. And what you have is a lot of fake hotep niggas and chicks out here who are just simply jealous of the success of Hidden Colors. It's that simple. They can make up all of this shit about they didn't like a picture, they didn't like this, they didn't like that. Let me say this, man. What Griff and Zaza did was wrong, man. What they did was wrong. Every way you come about it, the shit was wrong. It was wrong because Griff has been on my show before. If Griff genuinely had a problem with a picture on my personal Instagram, and also understand this, Griff is going around talking about an advertisement for Hidden Colors. An advertisement wasn't an advertisement. It's a picture on my personal Instagram. That's my personal Instagram. I have a Hidden Colors website. We put a lot of history stuff on the Hidden Colors website. We have a Hidden Colors Facebook. We have a Hidden Colors Twitter. So we have a lot of stuff on there that's related to history on those pages. But on my personal Instagram, the Tariq Nasheed Instagram, I have whatever I want to have on there. Everything ain't about Hidden Colors. Sometimes I talk about it, sometimes I don't. But that's my personal page where personal friends and personal fans talk about personal shit with me. Take pictures of food, my house, my car, my whatever. So for my man to get all this fake outrage over a personal picture, if you were really outraged, you should have called me. You understand that? If there was a real problem that you had, if you were real G about that shit, if you weren't trying to be on that bullshit, you pick up the phone and say, hey, player, I got a little problem with this picture, man. That's not cool. Let me pull your coat to this. You need to take it down. That's some real G shit. Or you could have emailed me. You got my email. You could have sent me a message on Facebook. You could have sent me a direct message. So let's stop all this stuff about this fake bullshit about how they're trying to help me and enlighten me and all this bullshit. They got on their show, got on their internet show, and started insulting me and going in on me simply to slander me publicly so that the momentum of Hidden Colors 4 will go down. That's the only reason they did that, man. They only did it for the purpose of slandering me. That's the only reason they did that sucker shit. All that higher vibrations, Kundalini energy bullshit, they got out there publicly to slander. If you were really, really concerned, you would have got on the phone and hollered at me. And all this thing, people saying, well, you need to call him for what? Fuck I need to call him for? The shit really didn't affect me negatively. My film is still coming out. My Kickstarter is still doing great. I don't need to call anybody. Because, see, the thing is, you can't unring a bell. The bell has been rung now. The bell has been rung now. I'm talking about it tonight because I want to just get this shit clear. And again, I'm not going to talk about it after the night. I'm not going to talk. The only reason I'm talking about it now because you got all these people calling up, these old decrepit-ass niggas calling up talking about what they going to do to somebody. And how the fuck you going to do something to somebody and you 70? Niggas, call what you gonna do? A damn drive-by? In your wheelchair? How you gonna pull the gun and you got arthritis, motherfucker? These old niggas, I know where to find them now. Especially that Claude Concrete dude. I know you looking right now, nigga. Your old ass. I be damn if an old Morgan Freeman nigga gonna catch a fade off me. Claude Concrete, whatever your name is. Or talking about you the original Bone. Nigga, you ain't boning shit. That dude, that Claude Concrete dude's trying to make it seem like he was some OG hustler that nobody knows. Yeah, Griff. Yeah, Griff. Now, I'm going to be honest, Griff. I used to have some hoes back in the day. I did some pimping back in the day. That fool called up talking about he did some pimping back in the day. I had some hoes on Figueroa. And I'm like, if this dirty little decrepit nigga, if you had hoes on Figueroa, you and your hoes weren't shit. You dig what I'm saying? But again, I ain't gonna really touch on it. But dudes throwing all these old crazy ass fake fucking threats and all these soldiers and how they gonna find me. Man, I'll let you know where I am. Let's stop the bullshit. And again, I'm not gonna waste too much energy on it. I'm just getting it out in the clear. Since cats want to run around, these fake Hotep niggas are very good at that slander shit, and that's why I go out of my way saying that I'm not a part of that, because that's what the conscious community has become. It's become bullshit, man. The conscious community basically at this point, and this is another thing, the conscious dudes now try to compare themselves. They love to drop names like Dr. Ben and Brother Phil Valentine and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. They the conscious community. The thing is that those people are real scholars. These people now ain't got shit in common with them. Dr. Phil Valentine is the real deal. He's been putting in the work for 40-something years. The conscious community now is just a bunch of dusty-ass niggas who sit up and debate in basements and shit. It ain't like the John Henry Clarks and the Khalid Muhammad. It ain't that no more, man. You might have some thorough people here and there, but the conscious community now is like a bag of popcorn with 3 turds in it. Now, you got the 3 turds on the bottom, and the rest of the popcorn kernels are not bad, but you don't want to eat popcorn that's next to turds, though. So the whole bag becomes tainted. And that's what the conscious community has become. There's too many turds in the popcorn bag, man. So you don't know which kernel don't have turd stains on it. You got fucking idiots out here right now, dude. And they don't build nothing. And my man Jason Black made a great point. The mecca of all of these Hotep dudes is Harlem. And Harlem is being gentrified. So that shows you how they're getting down and how they're handling business. No business is being handled. See, I'm in the Melanoid power community. I'm in the Melanoid empowerment community. That's what I'm representing. And the thing is, man, when people... Oh, let me get a couple of calls. Let me get a couple of calls. What's up? Who's calling?
What's up, man?
What's up? Who is this?
What's up? This is Hank Hill. I'm a representative of thekali.com, bro. How you doing?
You're a representative of who?
Thekali.com.
Thekali.com. So y'all got some interesting characters at the Kali. A lot of y'all be a lot of them be trolling on the page sometimes, but it's cool. What's on your mind, man?
Not much, man. I'm just wondering, like, what caused all this division between you and the conscious community, so to speak? I mean, you guys kind of seem like you all agree on the same things. I don't know why you guys got to butt heads and stuff, man. I mean, I'm just an onlooker.
Well, you know what it is, brother? When Hidden Colors came out, see, I went past the what's called conscious community, because most of the stuff in Hidden Colors and most of the places that are talked about in Hidden Colors, I've physically been there. I've been to Europe. I've been to Asia. I've been to Africa. I've been all over the Pacific. So I've been to all the places that I've talked about. So I give firsthand knowledge. So no fake Hotep nigga can take credit for giving me some knowledge or whatever, which they try to take credit for all of the information pertaining to Black history. And the fact that they can't do that, and I publicly disassociate myself from them, the only thing they can do is try to throw shots, because what Hidden Colors has done, it has taken a lot of money out of people's pockets, because now you can't go around slanging these little cheap jive-ass DVDs of motherfuckers giving lectures in donut shops and shit when you have this film that has been highly and professionally produced. So a lot of people are salty over that. You understand? So that's what it's really, really about. All that other shit about the word Mackin and all that, that's just a smokescreen and a straw man argument. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand completely, man. And yeah, well, you got a support team over at thekali.com, and, there's this guy named Napoleon. He's one of these, like, I guess he thinks he's Black, but he's really an Indian, I guess, or something like that. Like, there's a picture floating around. So one of your biggest fans over here is some Indian dude. But you got a movement over here, bro, and we're happy for you.
There you go, man. Thanks for the call, fam. All right. So my man was shouting out their website or whatever. The Kali. What's up? Who's calling?
K-Flex, what's going on? This is K Dims out of New York. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Yes, sir.
I'm feeling a lot Yeah, how you doing? I'm feeling a little bit of pressure right now because I want to do the right thing and support black businesses or businesses in general within my community.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm feeling a lot of lack of cooperation, both between male and female. And I want to know, some good steps to get everybody to work together on the same team and trust each other. And I wanted to give you a few artists to look out for. G Primacy, Rockaboy, Dundada, and Ryan Leslie.
Okay, my nigga. Is this nigga giving shout out for mixtapes? Okay, I had to cut that off, brother. Shit. I thought my man was going to talk about business. This nigga shouting out mixtapes or some shit, man. You got to, come on, man. We talking real talk right now. We talking real talk right now. You dig? We in here heavy. But again, man, I try my best to do the right thing, man. That's why I don't accept any kind of fake outrage and criticism that's on some bullshit. Because, man, when I heard that interview with Griff and his girl, and they were answering some of the questions that I posed, like, okay, if y'all so upset about a picture of some girls in a hot tub on my page, well, how come Griff was out here doing calendars and taking pictures of women bent over and their asses up? And Griff's response was, well, I was a photographer, and that's what photographers do. I'm like, okay. All right, buddy. Then when he was answering the question about him working in the strip club doing security, his answer was basically like, well, that's where the money is. So, okay. So I'm like, these are not really good answers. How can y'all criticize me for doing some shit and you did the same shit? When he answered the question about being on Luke Records, and that's the real big doozy, if he's all outraged over, I swear, these are his answers. I'm like, wow, dude. I was going to let it go. I'm like, ooh, this is not a good look for my man. So I was just going to let it go. He was like, oh, these pictures, these sisters, they booties out and all that. But I'm like, man, you were on Luke Records. And his response to being on Luke Records and all the orgies and the booty shaking and them bringing women on the stage to suck dicks, Griff's answer was, well, I don't know what Luke was doing. You got to ask Luke about that. I'm like, okay, Griff, all right. Good answer. That's your best answer? That's your best answer? Let's look at the board. And so those answers were kind of weak. So that just goes to show my man wasn't really outraged over that. Again, that whole shit was to slander. So that's not looking good on my man's credibility. And again, I'm not going to harp on it too much. But my thing is, and all of this bullshit is because of Griff's lady. All of this got started because of Griff's lady. Y'all think about that. That's very interesting. Now, Griff might take credit and say he was behind it, which I put it on him. I put it on him because my man, instead of, if you had a problem for real, on some manhood shit, you would get on that phone if you had a genuine problem. But that was a bitch move to put your lady out there publicly to throw darts while you in the sideline kind of cheerleading on. I can't respect that, brother, at all. Because you can't spin that. No way. There's no way you can spin that, my dude. You should have called me if that was a real problem. You could have called me. You could have called me if that was a real problem. And now, his lady was like, oh, man, Tariq put my business out there. Oh, Tariq put my name and my personal shit out there. That was a low blow, Tariq. And that's another thing, man. When y'all come for me, when people do little shit and try to come for me and bite, and then I bite back, don't start talking about how I'm dishing out low blows. Everybody gets on that I'm dishing low blow shit. Because there are no rules of engagement. When you come at somebody, there are no rules. There's no rules of engagement. And that wasn't a low blow. I could have really got at her. That wasn't, trust me, that wasn't a low blow. If you think that was a low blow, just putting your government name out there in your Fed case, which I'm going to talk about that in a second too, by the way. But I could have did a real low blow. I could have went real gutter with it. I could have started telling folks about your baby's dad, your son's father, which I ain't going to. I could talk about his street business, but I ain't going to do that. I know all that. But I ain't going to do that because I'm not going to put that brother out there like that. But it would be interesting for folks to know the kind of people that this righteous, self-righteous, holier-than-thou person choose to have children with. But I ain't going to do that, though. I could. There's a lot of shit that I could have did and said. There's a lot of shit. No, I'm chilling. Unfee, I'm chilling. I am chilling. I'm chilling. I'm not putting nobody on blast or nothing. Oh, dude, I got a lot of homework. The streets are talking. A lot of that shit, because I got a lot of personal information from people who work for Griff. Shout out to Sarah Butler. I talked to Sarah Butler, my man. She used to work for Griff. I had a real good conversation with her about some very interesting things. I won't even bring that up. Talked to a lot of people from the town. I ain't bringing that shit up. I ain't bringing none of that shit up. I'm letting it go. But I will discuss that case just a little bit. I will discuss Zaza's case just a little bit because there's something that I would like to know. Now, Zaza, a.k.a. Ginger Daniels, was convicted on a felony Fed charge. As a matter of fact, here's her conviction sheet. This is the FBI sheet for Ginger Daniels, a.k.a. Zaza Ali. Let me let y'all see it. This is the case. This is a summary of the proceedings of the case. That's a summary of the proceedings. You guys go to the FBI website and look up all this shit. Oh, I'm not going to go hard. I just got some questions. I just have some questions. Don't worry. I'm not about to ether nobody. I'm not. But I actually got the Fed case, by the way. That's the Fed case, by the way. All right? Let me put it up there. All right? This is lightweight shit, all right? But I do have a question. Since we should put people's shit out there like that. Okay? And this is not below the belt. But Zaza Ali, I do have a question. And I got a question for Griff, too. Griff, your lady was convicted for a federal felony. It was bank fraud. Bank fraud carries a 30-year sentence and $1 million fine. Bank fraud, which is a federal offense, carries a 30-year sentence and $1 million fine. All right? The case that Zaza Ali was involved in, they got like $10 million. They scammed and defrauded $10 million. That's $10 million. That's big money out here in California. Griff, how did your lady get out of a 30-year sentence and get house arrest on a Fed charge? And she said she didn't snitch? Zaza said she didn't inform on nobody. How do you... this is the thing right here. I got it. She got house arrest. She got time served. She had like 5 counts. She has to pay the $1 million, though. So she has to pay like $900,000 and $10, $859. So she has to pay almost $1 million in restitution. But how did she not get jail time? Hold on, let me sip me some of this shit. Hold on. Just marinate on that for 1 minute. How do you get out of a 30-year sentence, a Fed case, and you don't get no jail time? How you do that? That's a legitimate question. I know she jumps all around that shit, But she ain't never really answered that. She's like, oh yeah, I talked about my case before. Somebody told me, I don't know how true this is. Somebody said that when she talked about her case, I want to hear where she said this. They said, because I heard her say she didn't have no lawyer. She's like, yeah, I didn't have no lawyer. You know, I didn't have a lot of money for a lawyer. The white man was trying to get me and all that shit. And when they asked her, how do you get out that sentence? From what I understand, she said that she called on the ancestors. And the ancestors made the judge give her house arrest. So is that your final answer, Zaza? So you had a whack lawyer, a 30-year sentence hanging over your head, $10 million defrauded, and the judge, just out the kindness of his heart, say, okay, you can go. And you didn't snitch? I need me some else to drink. I want y'all to call me and tell me where they do that at. I want to know where they dropping 30-year sentences, giving you house arrest, and you ain't snitching. Where they just letting motherfuckers go. And just say, okay, just pay the restitution. You still got $1 million right here in black and white that you can look up. You got $1 million restitution, but house arrest? On a Fed case? In California? Where they make up the 3 strike states, where they come up with ways to lock niggas up out here. They come up with all types of ways. They got gang infractions. If you know a nigga who did a crime, they put you in jail out here. But you use some of your Kundalini energy to get out of a 30-year charge. But you ain't snitching. And then after this case, after you get a case, a Fed case, dealing with the FBI and the whole shit, all of a sudden, because there's pictures of her. Where's that picture? I got to find that picture of her. Like in 2010, she got on Gucci shades and a Hustler shirt. And that's another thing. Where's that picture? Somebody hold on. Let me find that picture. Let me find that picture of her rocking the Hustler shirt from back in the day. This is not even back in the day. It's like 2010. Somebody talk to me about this shit. Talk to me. Let me know where they do that at. What's up? Who's calling?
Yeah, what up, Tariq?
What's up, man? Who is this?
This Malik.
Malik, where you calling from, homie?
Calling from Indiana.
All right, what's on your mind, man?
Well, I mean, you pretty much touching on it, but I was trying to figure out, as far as the street code, was that a violation of the street code when you just? Because I don't think she ever threw your personal.
Whoa! Stop, Malik, stop. So you saying was it a violation of the street code for me?
Well, man, I listen to you a lot, brother. You be like, hey, man,
stop, brother. I'm asking you, brother. I'm asking you. Wait. I'm asking you. You're asking, did I violate a street code by talking about her Fed charge?
Well, I'm talking about the way you first threw it out there. It was kind of like she's a convicted felon. I'm like, that's the shit I hear from my uppity ass parents and uppity people. They'll throw that shit in my face. My brother, when I get into it with him, he'll throw that type of shit. When you go get a job, oh, you're a convicted felon. And I was like, well, damn, do we do that? I mean, people get cases from all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean,
So her slandering. But stop, brother. So her slandering me out the blue, instead of calling me, slandering me publicly, ain't that what the white supremacists do too? They slander black folks. Ain't that the same thing they do?
Brother.
But nothing. Ain't that what they do, brother?
Sir?
Ain't that what the white supremacists? Ain't that what the white supremacists do? They just start slandering black people who are doing something progressive and positive. Ain't that what they do? Ain't that what COINTELPRO does?
Yeah, they do that all the time.
So what you talking about then? Talking about some code of the street. She's doing some COINTELPRO type of shit. That's what the white supremacists would do.
She was expressing her
dislike about that picture. And
you think, brother? Are you
know,
wait? Do you think that was really about a picture? You really think that was about a picture?
You know, brother, I've been weighing my thoughts on that, and I got mixed feelings. You know, maybe.
All right, well, get them together and call me back, brother. I'm not here for your mixed feelings. I'm here to talk about facts. All that I'm confused and I got mixed feelings. Just call me when you get the shit together and figure it out in your brain. Because that was some sucker shit. You can't justify what she did. She should not have come out and slandered me like that. My man, if he had a problem or she had a problem, because I don't know her, but I know Griff. Griff could have got on the phone with me. It's that simple. It's that simple. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Don't sit up and talk about, I done did somebody wrong and all that. They brought me up. They started with me. They went in on me, and I defended myself, and too bad the shit backfired on them. The shit backfired on them. That shit backfired on him. What's up? And I should have kept Malik on it. Malik, call back up. I want you to call back up, Malik, because I should not have hung. I hope you get your thoughts together. But Malik, call back up. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, how you doing, Tariq? This is Jack Clark calling from Jacksonville.
Hey, what's on your mind, man?
Hey, this is what I want you to try to point out and bring to the table. When Ray Higgins did what he did, Griff chose to call Ray Higgins behind closed doors, but you were blasted out in front.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how come my man didn't call me? Griff got my number. That's my thing. Why didn't he call me?
Yeah. And then Tommy Sotomayor, he destroyed a whole black community every time he get on YouTube.
Dude,
so I don't understand why he's that bad.
Dude,
but that's all I had to say, brother. Handle your business, do what you do.
There you go. Man, y'all don't. I don't like when y'all call up bringing that crispy motherfucker's name up. I just don't like when y'all bring that nigga's name up on my show. He's too insignificant to even bring to the conversation. Don't bring an insignificant nobody into the conversation. I don't give a fuck about that. All right, let's see who's calling. What's up? Who's calling?
Yeah, this Malik, bro. You told me to call back.
I want you to call back, Malik. Now, Malik, because you sound like you're pro Zaza. You kind of like what she brings to the table. That's what it sounds like, right?
Well, I listen to the sister. Yeah, I never heard her talk no type of, Negro bedouin type behavior. I've never heard nothing like that from that sister.
There you go. Now, let me ask you this, Malik. Now, Malik, okay, let me ask you this, Malik. So now you know the details of the case. Now, Zaza Ali, she has a case, a Fed case, that carries a 30-year sentence. And this woman didn't get no jail time. And all of a sudden, she's in the conscious community all over the place doing lectures. Does that not sound suspicious to you?
What the sister been doing? I mean, has she been doing the work that agents do? Is that her background? She actually, I mean, maybe you could say right now.
Brother, I'm going to ask you again. Let me ask you, because, brother, I'm going to be very direct. How do you get out of a 30-year jail sentence and just get house arrest? How does that happen, brother?
Brother, I haven't really studied the case. I really haven't.
Any case. Just show me any case where somebody gets convicted, actually. She got convicted. And I got the paper if you're looking. She's convicted. But how do you get convicted but don't get 30 years or any jail time on a Fed charge? Fed charges are serious. All you get is house arrest. What would make that happen?
Well, the sister said she didn't testify. I heard her. She said no. They wanted her to go against those guys.
Okay, so how do you do it without?
Either she's lying or she did.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So she said she didn't, but how do you do that without testifying? How do you get a no jail time on a charge like that and you didn't tell on nobody? How does that happen?
Well, brother, maybe the truth of that will come out. Maybe not all this is coming to the light.
Okay, you don't know. You don't know, right? You don't know. So since you don't know, I'm just going to use common sense, and I'm just going to think some snitching was involved. All right? So is that the code of the street? A person out here who's a potential snitch? Even if let's say some far-fetched reason she didn't snitch or whatever, or who knows. But just the fact that she's a potential snitch, you understand? That's cause enough to raise your antennas a little bit.
Well, I mean, if she snitched, I mean, the word will get out there. These guys she's supposed to work for, she's a very public sister. She's always in the face. She's out there where people can see her. If that's the situation, if that's the real situation, it'll unfold. And people can say, why shouldn't I get out of trouble all the time?
But just because somebody's out there in the public,
you were
just
talking about him the other day. You were talking about him a few weeks ago. Like,
well, don't change the subject. Brother, don't change.
That.
Don't change the. You're changing the subject now. Just because somebody's in the public, don't mean that they're not an informant. They had a lot of people who were Black Panthers who were informants that were out there giving speeches and doing the whole shit. So there's a Thurgood Marshall was an informant for the FBI. Let's keep it funky. So just because somebody's out there in the forefront, don't mean that they're not an informant. You understand that?
Yeah, I mean, they're in the forefront, but I'm saying if it's true, I believe it will come out.
It's coming out now. 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 Shit, it is coming out. And you say, no, well, I don't know. I gotta think about it. All right, think about it. Okay, I'm thinking about it too. And my antennas, my antennas are here. All right, but thank you so much, Malik. All right, brother.
All right, brother.
All right. Shit, it is coming out. I think it would come out. It's coming out. How the fuck you not an informant? And all of a sudden you out here causing disruption. What does that sound like? All of a sudden, you done popped out of here. You used to be Ginger Daniel, and now you Zaza Ali causing disruption and slander. I mean, where they do that at? Who we got on the phone? Let's see who we got here. Oh, I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt at all. I mean, this is just some interesting stuff. I mean, let's just keep it funky, man. Let's keep it funky. What's up? Who's calling?
What's up, Tariq? This is Ahmad from Lima, man.
How you doing, man? What's on your mind, real quick?
Real good, man. First of all, Zaza and Professor Griff, neither one of them have done anything productive for the community. Well, let's make it very clear. Besides talking and you know, all they do is talk. You know, you about that business. You about making stuff happen, getting that information out there. This lady, she ain't nobody even. I wouldn't even be giving them your energy right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to give too much of it, but this is interesting, man. I just find it very interesting when people come out here and they do these old COINTELPRO type of actions, and then you dig and prod a little bit, and you see a pattern here. And when people are connected to the feds, and they're doing these type of activities, you should know what's going on. I just find it very interesting.
For sure. And then you got people like my man calling up, obviously, he on their side, but he not even really.
But my man can't even. My man, he has to sit up here and he's faking the funk, but he's trying. But thanks for the call, brother. Thank you for the call. Let me get some of these other calls. We look like we got somebody from the West Coast. What's up? Who's calling?
Yeah, man. Hey, this is Chris. Calling from Long Beach, California.
What's up, man? I was out there by the LBC today. What's on your mind? My chapstick is fucking up.
Oh, not much, man. Hey, man, I just wanted to let you know, man, you keep doing your thing with the whole Professor Griffin and Zaza Ali thing, man. You need to go hard, because when people talk shit, they deserve it because they business on blast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but again, I'm not going to go too much. I just wanted to just, say my piece as far as that and just show how funny style this shit is looking. This shit looks real funny style, man. So, it is what it is. But thanks for the call, man. And again, man, this is a picture of Zaza from, 2010. This is her picture. Hold on. Can y'all see it? Yeah, that's her from 2010. I know she got the Gucci shades. She got the hustler shirt. Now, for somebody who's making this big old rant and rave about how women are perceived, why is she wearing a damn pornography magazine on her shirt? That Hustler's the name of a pornography magazine. So for this person to be, y'all can't mistreat women and the 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 women, you got on a Hustler shirt just a few years ago. And after the conviction, all of a sudden, it's Sister Ali with the Kundalini energy. And she's self-righteous and going around causing disruption. Man, this is why I don't associate myself with this, what's called conscious community. It's too much fuckery going on, and I could even go deeper. Zaza and Griff, they go on tour, and they do a lot of lectures with this dude, Irritated Genie. I know you're looking, Ayo Kimathi, that's his name. And I know you're looking because, nigga, you said some real slick shit about me. And if you do your research about the Irritated Genie, who Griff and Zaza Ali, they go around doing these lectures with. Irritated Genie used to work for the federal government. He got outed a couple of years ago, too, for working for Homeland Security. I talked about him on my show. So now let's just look at all of these coincidences here. All right? Let's just look at all the coincidences here. Now we got, they bring my old shit up. I don't give a fuck. They can bring my, because I ain't never said I didn't have cases from back in the day. Somebody said, do I worry about my old cases coming up? Bring them up. I talk about my shit as most as I can. I don't go too much into detail, but I don't give a fuck. Cats know I've been to jail before. I don't give a fuck. I ain't never act like I didn't. I ain't out here telling people, oh, Hotep, brother, man, your Kundalini energy ain't right. I ain't doing that. So whatever they bring up is what it is. But let's look at all of these coincidences here. We got this person, Zaza Ali, out here who has a Fed case and a Fed conviction. And let's just hypothetically say, she didn't snitch in some parallel universe, hypothetically. But even the fact that you got a Fed charge and you out here on house arrest, do you think they are not watching her? You think the feds are not watching her every single move? Let's say she didn't snitch, hypothetically, and you got to really stretch that imagination. If she's on house arrest from a Fed case, you know they're watching every one of this woman's moves. She ain't doing nothing they ain't watching. So either way, they're watching her. Now, I don't believe that the judge just said, okay, I'm feeling good this day. I'm going to just put them 30 years aside. You ain't got to cooperate. You ain't got to snitch. I'm just going to let you out of jail. And you be good now. Shit. But that's a hell of a coincidence. We got this person with a Fed case who's obviously done some kind of cooperating with the feds, giving out lectures all of a sudden in the black conscious community with another dude who just happened to have worked for Homeland Security. Look up Irritated Genie, Ayo Kimathi, A-Y-O, his last name is Kimathi, that's his name. And the white supremacists outed him because they were trying to go at Obama. The white supremacists outed him. They blew his cover. They blew his cover because they were trying to say Obama has an anti-white Homeland Security worker. So that was the way they were trying to spin it with Irritated Genie. And his bullshit excuse, he was like, well, yeah, I worked in the Office of Homeland Security, but that don't mean I'm an agent, though. Really? If I was an agent, they wouldn't have me on the payroll in the front office. Nigga, yes, they would. Because nobody would have found out. Nobody would have found it because black folks don't do that kind of probing and prodding. And the white supremacists know that. See, I'm a researcher. I'm very good at researching. I am a researcher. I'm very good at that shit. That's why the Hidden Colors movies are so good. What's up, Ola? I research shit to the bone, and I keep it ear to the street, so I kind of know what's happening. But again, I'm not going to even touch on it no more. This is it. After today, I'm not going to touch on it, but I just had to bring that on out there. Because again, they were wrong. They were wrong. They were wrong. They were wrong. They should not have come at me publicly like that. They should not have come at me publicly like that, man. I got this. Well, I got the research game on lock, my dude. People who listen to my show, they know I've exposed every motherfucker who tried to come at me sideways. But the thing is, they should not have come at me like that, man. If you were really, really concerned and really genuinely trying to do the right thing, you could have hit me up privately and said, hey, I got a problem here. And from what I understand, some people told me that Zaza has been kind of taking shots at me before. People said that people would put shit on her page and she would kind of make negative remarks about me anyway. So this was some shit they wanted to do that publicly to slander. From what I understand. What's up, Aki? How are you, love? But the shit was real weak and the shit backfired on them. The shit backfired on them. They should have called me and they were wrong for that and they know they were wrong. They were absolutely wrong for that. What's up? Who's calling? All right, don't say shit then. All right, what's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, this is JD from North Carolina, man.
How you doing, JD? What's on your mind?
You know Holly Curl, that bitch, and I mean that literally. You know she was in city council hall trying to make street harassment laws and shit. She was trying to get laws passed about street harassment. Have you seen those videos of her and shit?
Who?
Holly Curl. You remember Holly Curl, the girl from
yeah. Oh yeah, I knew that. I've been told people that a couple of years ago. I told people that she was trying to get that shit into law. I pointed that out way before the whole racial aspect of the street harassment popped off. I've been telling people about Holly Curl, and she was helping promote that "You OK Sis" and all of this shit where they were throwing black men under the bus. It was the white female supremacists behind that. I've been known that.
Because I'm like, how the hell did people, she just in City Hall talk about, well, it's threatening women's safety, women's public safety and stuff. And if you look at the street harassment pictures and stuff, it's mainly black men. I'm like, how the hell did this fly over people's heads and shit?
It didn't. And those pretend black feminists, they were in on it. Because every time I would point that out,
I don't think they pretend. They some serious. They're some hardcore. The nigga was doing a video about
no, That's you make it. No, they're not. That's the thing. They are not. They are not no hardcore feminists. They are not. Those females. You know who they are. These coons. That's on YouTube. They're pretending to be feminists because they don't give a fuck about a black woman. They could care less about another black female. They could give less than a damn about another black woman. These are Negro bedwenches who are trying to buddy up next to white supremacy. It ain't got nothing to do with women. They just use that as a front. So when you criticize them, they can say, hey, oh, he's criticizing feminism. He don't want women to have their rights. But I'm pointing out you being a Negro bedwench trying to side with white supremacy against black people as a whole. So that's a con game. They are not... those pretend black feminists, they ain't got a feminist bone in their body. And when you point out the fact that Harley Curl is trying to get laws passed against black people, they conveniently ignore that. So they're in on it, man. That's why you got to call those folks out, bro.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for the call, brother. That's why I say pretend feminists. These women who do all that promoting street harassment and trying to throw other black folks under the bus, those are not real feminists. They're not. They're pretending to be feminists. Let's see who we got. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, Tariq, this is King.
King, where you calling
King from New York.
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Oh, man, I'm okay, and you, man. Oh, man, put them people on blast, man. That was totally out of disrespect. You know what? I was listening to their show a while back, about 2 days ago, and she up there talking about, oh, these Macs and these pimps. And up in Harlem, we got all these strip clubs. We got all these pimps over here, strip clubs. But they don't go down there. Why are they beefing with you?
Right, man. That was a
and
really weak
I think
excuse,
that they want that publicity because you doing your thing. You out here doing this, that, and other. And number two, let me say this to you. You so right about what you said about the Hotep niggas being up in Harlem. I'm up in Harlem.
Yes,
that's all they do, man.
Man, exactly.
They don't be putting out no film. They don't be giving out funds to the people. You doing your thing.
Yes, indeed, man.
And all I gotta say, man, keep doing your thing, but don't get caught up into that rapture that they trying to pull you into this beast stuff to put publicity on them.
Exactly.
Because all Griff had to do was say, yo, my man, let me pick up the phone, let me call my dude. This is how we do.
That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do.
Why you did so and so? This dude didn't even do that.
That's what I'm saying. I want my man.
He's totally wrong.
Yes,
and then number two, he didn't even put his woman in check.
Yeah, man.
So I'm outraged because I know Griff. I seen Griff in the stores and stuff like that. He try to act like he down, but yo, that's out of. Yo, keep on doing your thing, man.
Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for the call.
All right.
Yeah, man, and you know, the only reason I'm even talking about it this much is because I fuck with Griff. That's the only reason I'm even giving it this much energy, man. I genuinely fuck with that dude, man. So I don't know, man, you know, some people are saying, man, Griff, ever since he got with Zaza, his whole shit changed. People are saying Griff is pussy whip. I'm not saying, I don't know. I ain't saying all that. I don't know. But that's the only reason I put that much energy in it, man. I'm like, okay, dude, if that's what it was, if that's how it was, why didn't you call me? All of this bullshit, this could have been averted. Why didn't you call me? If you felt a certain way, you got my number, get on the phone and say, hey, I feel a certain way. Getting on your blog talk show and putting your lady on there to talk real greasy. I'm just trying to see how you can justify that, man. Oh, we got a sharpened sword. You can call me to sharpen my sword. Hey, man, niggas, have I ever snitched? Man, nigga, I've been in interrogation rooms and I've argued with cops for 2 hours about what my name was. I want y'all to find a police report on me. Oh, they get frustrated with me, nigga. I would love for you to find a police report. They'd be like, this nigga is real uncooperative. I don't tell them shit. I will argue with a motherfucker for 2 hours about what my name is. I don't tell them shit. That's what lawyers are for, nigga. I don't say shit. I don't do that cooperate shit. I don't say nothing. And dude, I come from an era, man, back in the day out here. That's not true, man. My phone number's been the same forever. Griff and I follow each other on Twitter, so you can send me a direct message. Griff has my email. I'm very easy to find. You got my Facebook. I'm very easy to find. There's no excuse. Man. But it is what it is. The phone number here right now is 818-850-5404. That is the number. 818-850-5404. What's up? Who's calling?
Yeah, this CT from Mississippi, man. And I just want to say, brother, that is some straight bullshit.
Yes, sir.
And I have a homeboy they've been trying to get that nigga for a whole minute. Let me start on. I'm a straight L7 square.
Yeah, yeah.
I had homeboys in the street